This is not a common warning. This is our Zhaohuan, a calling. On October 2nd and 3rd, 2025, Thursday and Friday, time will not follow its normal course. These 2 days do not belong to the ordinary calendar. They will be a rift in the fabric of reality, a portal where the rules of the visible and invisible world will be suspended. The media will say it's just a spectacle, an eclipse to contemplate. But this is not a spectacle. This is a cosmic judgment, a spiritual reset. And for you, chosen one, sensitive to shifts, lightworker, this is not just a date on the calendar. This is the final exam of your soul. You have already felt the signs, and you know they are not random. There were nights when you woke without reason between 3 and 4 in the morning, sensing something in the air. Vivid dreams showed strange scenes, fragments of worlds that seemed more real than waking life. Numbers repeated before your eyes like secret codes, 1111, 444, 777. Your body reacted in inexplicable ways. Palpitations, ringing in the ears, sudden dizziness, symptoms that conventional medicine could not explain. These signs were messages. None of it was in vain. Everything prepared you for this moment. Before we go deeper, I want to share something that might illuminate your path forward. If you're feeling called to unlock not just spiritual wisdom, but practical prosperity, abundance, and wealth with purpose, I've created something profound for you. It's called Prosperity Revealed in 3 dimensions, available both as an ebook for those who love reading and an audiobook for those who prefer listening. This resource bridges the seen and unseen realms of abundance, helping you align your spiritual gifts with tangible results in your life. You'll find the link in the pinned comment and in the description below. It's a limited time offering, so if your soul is stirring, don't wait. Now let's return to what's unfolding in these cosmic days. During this eclipse in Pisces, aligned with Neptune and in direct opposition to Saturn, the veils will fall. Neptune will dissolve all illusions. Saturn will demand naked truth, karmic reality without masks. Thursday and Friday will not be normal, because they will be the days when everything that is not true will crumble to the ground. And to cross this portal, you must escape the 7 spiritual traps that will rise before you. Each one is a disguised ambush, and falling into any of them means losing the opportunity for transformation. The first trap is normalcy. It whispers that everything is fine, that there is nothing to fear. Friends will invite you to observe the moon, to party and celebrate. But going out during this eclipse is like walking with an open chest through a storm of poison. The eclipsed light will carry the weight of the collective unconscious, fears, anger, pain, multiplied and cast upon the earth. For most, it will just be confusion. For you, sensitive one, it will be pure poison. The antidote is to stay home and transform your space into a sacred temple. It is not escape, it is mission. You will be the pillar that sustains the frequency of light. The second trap is emotional contagion. Like a giant wave, the pain of all humanity will invade emotional boundaries. You may feel rage, despair, or sadness that are not yours. This is the psychic virus that confuses and drags. The antidote is conscious isolation. The butterfly is not born in the noisy marketplace, but in silence within the cocoon. Your metamorphosis demands the same. If this resonates with you, take a moment to like this video. It helps more chosen ones find this message when they need it most. The third trap is misguided manifestation. You have been taught to use full moons to manifest desires, but this is not a time to ask. It is a time to release. Launching intentions during this eclipse is like shouting your shopping list in the middle of a hurricane. Nothing returns whole. Saturn will transform desires into painful lessons. The antidote is not to ask, but to liberate. Write everything that must die, beliefs, pains, old bonds, and surrender them to fire at the moment of totality. The fourth trap is digital distraction. On those 2 days, every screen will be an open portal to collective chaos. News, social media, conflicting opinions, everything will carry the distorted energy of fear. Each click will be an injection of noise into your soul. The antidote is total digital silence. Turn off devices, cover screens, close the channels. The only voice you should hear is that of your soul. The fifth trap is forced positivity. Believing you must always be in high vibration is poison disguised as medicine. During the eclipse, repressed emotions will emerge like volcanoes: anger, sadness, fear. Denying these feelings is to bury them even deeper, where they will crystallize into blocks. The antidote is to accept. Cry when grief comes, release anger safely, feel fear without judgment. These emotions are messengers of what needs to be healed. Honoring them is integrating your own shadow. Have you experienced any of these traps before? Share your story in the comments. Your experience might be exactly what another soul needs to hear right now. The sixth trap is unconscious consumption. Your body will be a temple tuned to the highest frequency. But what you eat and drink on these days is not just food. It is code. Heavy foods and alcohol become cracks in the energetic field, invitations to subtle parasites. The antidote is to consecrate your body. Pure water like a river that cleanses, fruits and plants like solidified light, infusions like balms for the spirit. Treat every sip and every bite as sacred communion. The seventh trap is ignoring synchronicities. During the eclipse, the invisible will speak in symbols. Repeated numbers, unexpected songs, vivid dreams, sudden memories. Each sign is a love letter from the divine. The rational mind will say, coincidence, but that is the saboteur. The antidote is to become a guardian of signs. Write down each message, honor each symbol. They are the cosmic breadcrumbs guiding you through the portal. These are the 7 traps, and knowing them is half the protection. The other half is in the ritual. The eclipse is not just something to avoid, but also a fire to be used for purification. There are 3 phases in this sacred process. The first phase is before, in the 24 hours of preparation. Clean your space as if cleaning your own spirit. Each sweep, each dust removed, is also old energy being dissolved. Purify with sacred smoke. Seal doors and windows in golden light. Prepare your letter of liberation, writing everything that is ready to let die. If you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications. These cosmic events are accelerating, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. The second phase is during in the 24 hours of the eclipse. Sit in silence, breathe, stay present. When the eclipse reaches totality, read your letter aloud and surrender it to fire. Watch the words transform into ashes and remain in the void. It is in the void that the divine writes the new within you. Do not expect fireworks, do not expect spectacular visions. Trust the silence, because it is there that the soul receives its new code. The third phase is after, in the 24 hours of integration. You will be reborn as a spiritual newborn. Sensitive skin, open heart, elevated frequency. Drink water as one who seals a pact. If possible, touch the earth with your feet, letting energy roots penetrate the soil. Record your visions, dreams, and feelings. Do not rush the return to the world. You need time to stabilize in the new. These 2 days are not normal. Thursday and Friday are not normal. They are days outside of time, created for humanity's great test. If you hear this call, know it is not just for you. Each chosen one who crosses this portal will become a beacon amid chaos, an anchor of light that sustains the new earth. The choice is yours. The portal will open. Protect yourself. Free yourself, be reborn. Declare in your soul, I am a sovereign being of light. I reclaim my divine destiny. The universe is not doing this against you, but for you. The October 2025 eclipse is a gift and also a test. It is an invitation and also a judgment. It did not come to destroy, but to reveal. It did not come to punish, but to purify. It is the chance to leave behind everything that no longer serves, everything that is not true, everything that prevents your ascension. It is the chance to align your soul with the destiny it chose before birth. When Earth's shadow covers the moon, remember, it is not just an astronomical phenomenon. It is humanity before the mirror. It is you before yourself. What no longer belongs to your being will be shown. What needs to be released will be pulled to the surface. What must be born will find space to flourish. But this will only happen if you remain attentive, protected, consecrated. Do not let yourself be seduced by the traps. Normalcy is lethal. Emotional contagion can drag you into collective pain. Misguided manifestation entangles you in new chains. Digital distraction pollutes your field. Forced positivity blocks your healing. Unconscious consumption corrupts your vibration. And ignoring synchronicities is closing your ears to the voice of the divine itself. Recognize each trap and choose the path of sovereignty. Think about someone who needs to hear this. Share this video with them. Sometimes we are the messenger sent to awaken another soul. The body you inhabit is a temple, not just a vehicle. Treat it as an altar. The water you drink will be the water that purifies. The food you choose will be the light that sustains. The silence you cultivate will be the key that opens the doors of perception. The fire that consumes your letter of liberation will be the same fire that renews your essence. As you cross the portal, you do not cross alone. Each chosen one who honors this call reinforces the network of light on earth. Together, even in silence and isolation, you form an invisible circle of protection and power. When you choose to remain in your temple, you feel alone. But in truth, you are united with thousands of souls doing the same, in different places around the world, all anchoring the new frequency. Remember that Thursday and Friday will not be normal. They are suspended days, 2 days, that do not belong to the common flow of time. It is as if humanity were on pause, in suspension, so that a profound spiritual surgery can be performed. And when time begins to flow again, you may be another. But here is what most people will never understand. This eclipse is not happening to you. It is happening through you. You are not a victim of cosmic forces. You are a conduit of divine transformation. Every sensitive soul who honors this protocol becomes a transmission tower, broadcasting the new frequency into the collective field. Your isolation is not withdrawal, it is strategic positioning. Your silence is not passivity. It is concentrated power. Consider what has brought you to this moment. The sleepless nights, the unexplained symptoms, the dreams that felt more real than reality itself. These were not random disturbances. They were calibrations. Your nervous system has been upgraded. Your energetic field has been rewired. Your consciousness has been expanded, all in preparation for this precise moment in time. You have been trained without knowing you were in training. You have been prepared without realizing preparation was underway. The eclipse in Pisces carries a specific signature. Pisces dissolves boundaries. Neptune amplifies intuition, and Saturn demands structure in the formless. This is not a gentle transit. This is a spiritual audit. Everything built on false foundations will collapse. Every relationship based on illusion will be exposed. Every belief system that no longer serves will be dismantled. And in that dismantling, there is terror for those who cling. But for those who trust, there is liberation. What if everything you have been taught about manifestation has been incomplete? What if the real power is not in acquiring but in releasing? The moon reflects the light of the sun, but during an eclipse, that reflection is interrupted. The mirror goes dark, and in that darkness we see what we have been avoiding. The shadow is not your enemy. The shadow is your teacher. It shows you what you have been unwilling to face, what you have been too afraid to feel, what you have been desperately trying to transcend without first integrating. This is where many spiritual seekers stumble. They want ascension without descent. They want light without acknowledging the dark. They want transformation without the death that precedes rebirth. But the universe does not offer shortcuts. The portal demands everything. And what you think you will lose is only what was never truly yours to begin with. Let me be direct with you, because this moment requires clarity. If you go outside during these 2 days, if you expose yourself to the collective field, if you allow distraction and normalcy to seduce you, you will not be destroyed. But you will miss the opportunity. And opportunities of this magnitude do not return in a single lifetime. This is not fear. This is truth. The door opens only when the cosmic clock strikes a particular hour. And that hour is October 2nd and 3rd, 2025. Your preparation must be intentional. In the 24 hours before the eclipse, you are not just cleaning your space. You are creating a sacred container. Think of it as building an ark before the flood. The flood is not water. The flood is frequency. And only those who have prepared a vessel will sail rather than sink. Every corner you clean, every surface you purify, every intention you set becomes part of the structure that will hold you when the waters rise. The letter of liberation is not symbolic. It is functional. When you write down what must die, you are encoding that release into matter. Words on paper become bridges between consciousness and form. And when you burn that paper, you are not performing a ritual for ritual's sake. You are completing an energetic transaction. You are signing the contract that says, I am willing to let this go. I'm ready to receive what comes next. The universe honors contracts written in fire. During the eclipse itself, during those 24 hours when the portal is wide open, your task is simple but not easy. Sit, breathe, be present. The mind will resist. It will create 1,000 distractions. It will conjure fears. It will manufacture reasons to break the silence. This is the ego's last stand. It knows that on the other side of the portal, it will no longer have the same control. So it fights, and your job is not to fight back. Your job is to witness, to observe, to remain the conscious awareness behind the noise. When the eclipse reaches totality, when the moon is fully covered, that is the moment of maximum potency. That is when you read your letter and release it to the flames. Watch how the fire consumes the words. Watch how the smoke carries your intentions to the invisible realms. And then sit in the emptiness that follows. Do not rush to fill it. Do not immediately ask for what comes next. The void is where creation begins. The silence is where the divine speaks. Trust it. After the eclipse, in the 24 hours of integration, you will be different. You might not feel different. You might not look different. But on a cellular level, on a frequency level, on a soul level, you will have been recalibrated. Treat yourself with the tenderness you would show a newborn. Drink pure water. Touch the earth. Write down your experiences. And do not try to explain yourself to those who were not in the portal with you. They will not understand. And that is as it should be. Not everyone is meant to walk this path. Some will ask, what if I cannot do the full protocol? What if my circumstances do not allow isolation? Then do what you can. Even 1 hour of conscious solitude is better than none. Even lighting a single candle with intention is better than walking through oblivious. The universe measures the sincerity of your heart, not the perfection of your execution. But know this, the more fully you commit, the more profound your transformation will be. There is something else you must understand. This eclipse is part of a larger sequence. It is not an isolated event. It is a marker, a milestone in a collective initiation that has been unfolding for years. Those who are sensitive have felt the acceleration. The timelines are compressing. The veils are thinning. The old world and the new world are existing simultaneously, and you are being asked to choose which one you will inhabit. This eclipse is the point of decision. This is where you declare your allegiance to the new earth, to the frequency of truth, to the life you came here to live. And that declaration is not made with words alone. It is made with every choice, every action, every moment of alignment. It is made when you turn off the screen and turn inward. It is made when you release what no longer serves, even though it feels safe. It is made when you trust the process, even when the process makes no logical sense. You are not here by accident. You did not stumble upon this message by chance. Your soul led you here because it knows what is coming, and it wants you to be prepared. So honor that knowing. Honor the part of you that has been waiting for this moment. Honor the journey that brought you to this threshold. And when October 2nd arrives, when the cosmic clock begins to chime, step into your temple, close the door behind you, and meet yourself in the silence. On the other side of the portal, a new version of you is waiting. A version that has released the weight of the past. A version that is aligned with purpose. A version that moves through the world as a living transmission of light. That version is not somewhere in the distant future. That version is available now in this eclipse. If you are willing to walk through the fire to meet it, this is not the end of the message. This is the beginning of your journey. The eclipse is not a destination. It is a doorway. And beyond that doorway is everything you have been seeking, everything you have been longing for, everything your soul came here to embody. The choice has always been yours. The power has always been within you. And the time is now. Honor this call. Complete the protocol. Cross the portal. And on the other side, there will not only be a new world for you, but also a new you for the world. There is something profound happening beneath the surface of this cosmic event that most will overlook. While the masses focus on the spectacle, the initiated understand that this eclipse represents a quantum leap in human consciousness. It is not just the moon being shadowed. It is every illusion, every false identity, every outdated program being brought into the light for examination and release. Think about the moment just before dawn, when the night is darkest. That is where humanity stands right now. And you, chosen one, are among those who have been assigned to hold the light through this darkest hour. Your role is not small. Your presence is not insignificant. Every breath you take in alignment, every moment you hold your frequency, every choice you make to stay centered creates ripples that touch lives you will never meet. In ways you will never know, the ancient wisdom keepers understood this. They knew that certain cosmic alignments opened doorways between dimensions, between states of being, between versions of reality. This is why sacred sites were built to honor these moments. This is why rituals were performed not as superstition, but as technology. They were working with forces that modern society has forgotten, but that your soul remembers. Have you felt it? That stirring inside, that knowing that goes beyond logic? If so, leave a comment below with just one word that describes what you're feeling. Your word might be the confirmation someone else needs right now. During these 2 days, the electromagnetic field of Earth will shift. Scientists will measure anomalies. Sensitive equipment will register disturbances. But what they cannot measure is the shift happening in the collective soul of humanity. This is the recalibration of consciousness itself, and those who resist will experience it as chaos. Those who surrender will experience it as rebirth. Consider the caterpillar in its cocoon. From the outside, it appears to be dying. The structure that was once a caterpillar dissolves into primordial soup. There is no recognizable form. There is only dissolution. And yet, within that apparent destruction, a new form is being encoded, cell by cell, pattern by pattern, until the butterfly emerges. You are in the cocoon right now, and October 2nd and 3rd are the days when the most profound part of that dissolution occurs. Do not be afraid of what falls apart. Be excited about what is being born. The relationships that dissolve were only holding you to an old identity. The situations that crumble were only keeping you in a limited story. The beliefs that shatter were only imprisoning your true power. Every ending is a beginning wearing a disguise, but here is what requires your full attention. The transition itself, the space between the old and the new, the void between death and rebirth. This is where most people falter. They cannot tolerate the uncertainty. They cannot bear the emptiness. They rush to fill the void with anything, with distraction, with noise, with familiar patterns that ultimately recreate the same old reality. Your mission is different. Your mission is to sit in the void and let it work its magic. The void is not empty. The void is full of potential. It is the quantum field of infinite possibility. It is the womb of creation. Every star was born from the void. Every galaxy emerged from darkness. Every new world begins in the space where nothing exists. And when you can remain present in that space, when you can trust the silence, when you can surrender to the unknown, that is when miracles occur. This eclipse asks everything of you because it offers everything to you. It asks you to release control because it wants to give you mastery. It asks you to let go of certainty because it wants to show you magic. It asks you to abandon the familiar because it wants to introduce you to the extraordinary. But you must be willing to make the trade. You must be willing to walk into the fire knowing you will be transformed. Some of you are feeling resistance right now. Some of you are thinking about all the reasons why you cannot do this protocol, why your life is too complicated, why your circumstances are too demanding. And I understand. The ego is clever. It will manufacture 1,000 excuses to keep you exactly where you are. Because where you are is known. Where you are is safe. Where you are is controllable. But where you are is also limited. And your soul is tired of limits. If this message is stirring something deep within you, subscribe to this channel. More cosmic guidance is coming, and you don't want to miss what the universe is revealing next. Let me share something that might shift your perspective. You are not preparing for this eclipse. You have been prepared by every moment of your life for this eclipse. Every heartbreak that broke you open was preparation. Every disappointment that shattered your expectations was preparation. Every loss that forced you to release was preparation. Every moment you felt alone in your sensitivity was preparation. You have been in training, and now is your graduation. The universe does not make mistakes. You were born into this exact time, this exact lineage, this exact set of circumstances, because your soul knew this moment was coming. And your soul knew you had the strength to meet it. Not the strength of force, but the strength of surrender. Not the strength of control, but the strength of trust. Not the strength of knowing, but the strength of faith. On October 2nd, when you seal yourself in your sacred space, when you light your candle, when you prepare your letter of liberation, you are not alone. You are joining a global network of awakened souls. A web of light that spans continents and cultures. A collective of consciousness that is midwifing the new earth. You are part of something so much larger than yourself. And yet, your individual participation is essential. The web is only as strong as each thread. And you are a golden thread. During the eclipse, pay attention to what arises. Not just thoughts, not just emotions, but the deeper movements. You may experience memories from childhood that suddenly make sense. You may receive insights about relationships that have been confusing. You may understand patterns that have been running your life unconsciously. This is the gift of the void. This is the revelation that comes when the noise stops. This is what becomes visible when the lights go out. Write everything down. Every image, every feeling, every knowing. Your journal during these days will be a sacred text, a map of your transformation. And in the months that follow, when you wonder if it was real, when you question if anything actually changed, you will return to those pages. And remember, you will see the evidence of your journey. You will recognize how far you have traveled. After the eclipse, as you integrate, as you stabilize in your new frequency, you will notice something remarkable. The world looks the same, but you see it differently. The people are the same, but you relate to them differently. The circumstances may not have changed, but your response to them has transformed completely. This is the real magic. This is the true alchemy. Not changing the world, but changing your consciousness. Not fixing what is outside, but awakening what is inside. And from that awakened state, you become a force of transformation in the world. Not by preaching, not by convincing, not by converting, but simply by being. Your presence becomes a transmission. Your frequency becomes an invitation. Your life becomes a demonstration of what is possible when a human being aligns with their soul's truth. Before I close, let me ask you this. What will you choose? Will you treat October 2nd and 3rd as ordinary days, allowing the noise of the world to drown out the whisper of your soul? Or will you honor the calling, complete the protocol, and step through the portal? The universe has placed this choice before you, and the choice you make will determine not just your future, but the frequency you contribute to the collective field. This is your moment. This is your initiation. This is your rebirth. Everything has led to this. and everything will flow from this. The portal is opening, the cosmic clock is ticking, and your soul is ready. All that remains is for you to say yes. Yes to the unknown. Yes to the transformation. Yes to the version of yourself that is waiting on the other side. Step forward, beloved. The light you carry is needed now more than ever. The world you came here to create is waiting for you to claim it. And the time is not someday. The time is October 2nd and 3rd, 2025. Mark it in your calendar. Prepare your temple. Write your letter. And meet yourself in the silence. Everything changes from there.